How's it going, people who own XRP? Hey everyone, welcome back to Coins Alert. We're going to talk about everything XRP related here so that we can really understand what we're looking at and what we might expect on Friday morning. Don't forget to hit that like button and that red subscribe button if you like these daily XRP updates. It really does help. Okay, let's look at what's going on with the market right now. I want you all to pay attention to the last hour. When we look at everything together, you can see that altcoins are really taking off. It looks like a fight across the board. It looks like almost everything has been up for the last hour, which is great to see. XRP is up about 0.4. The price of $2.16 is worth $127 billion, and about $1.4 billion worth of trades happen every 24 hours. But before we go any further, I want to make it clear that nothing on this channel is meant to be taken as financial advice. Always read up on things and do your own study when you put money into crypto. I wanted to share this interesting chart with you guys because it really shows where the demand for Bitcoin is coming from and why these big institutions are focusing on it. I'm sure all of these big institutions and asset managers wish they could go back and not say bad things about Bitcoin. Take a look at this. If you want to compare Bitcoin to the US national debt, you should look at a picture from 2013 to 2025. The national debt rose from $13 trillion to $36.2 trillion, which is how much it is now. And BTC started out worth less than $1 and is now worth around 100,000, which is crazy to think about again. Of course, the whole point of this similarity is that if the US government had gotten into Bitcoin around that time, they might have been able to get their money back. Even if they hadn't paid off their debt, it would have been pretty clear that they shouldn't have had it this high, especially since it was in their BTC reserve by 20. However, that's not how things work. The picture is pretty interesting though, and it really shows how far this asset class has come, which many people still don't see. This video here is something I might use in my own. If not, I'll just quickly go over what's going on. We are being told by Senator Cynthia Lumens that Bitcoin needs to be in the reserve. We need to set up a safe reserve for Bitcoin. Seeing Senator Cynthia Lumens says that the only way to fix the US debt is to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Now that we look at this again, it does make sense. She goes on to say that BTC is a revolutionary technology and that people who work really hard all their lives can have money that has value and can't be printed. This is because you can't just go to the printer tomorrow and start printing or putting more BTC into circulation. It doesn't work that way. I know Bitcoin is hard to find and know that over time there are fewer and fewer of them because the price is cut in half every 4 years. Of course, now you can see a lot of people paying attention. You may be wondering what this means for XRP and other altcoins. With this much demand and so much money coming in, big players will be looking for a different opportunity. Coins that can be used in the real world. In the real world, use case utility projects know that not every plan will work out, and this is where Ripple XRP really shines, since it has been building up for years and years. And of course, I think it will really pick up speed and get more attention this time. Things are already starting to go that way. Also, I think people will soon understand how important it is to build over time. Believe it or not, XRP is going to become one of the most important projects that will change the way we do business as well. As we move forward, let's look at the Genius Act. The National Cryptocurrency Association pushed for this. So this is a big day for crypto in the US. This is what the Genius Act might mean for you. To protect your stablecoins well, make the rules for stablecoin producers clear, and people will trust crypto more when they use it for everyday purchases and savings. Getting this bill signed into law would be the first of its kind in the US. It would set up the first national framework for a stablecoin, which would be a big step toward more clarity, safety, and real-world use cases. Huge things that help you understand why the way people look at digital assets every day would be very different after this bill is passed, especially in the United States. The Genius Act was signed into law in 2025. How likely is that to happen? It is now thought that there is an 89% chance that the stablecoin bill Genius Act will become law this year. We are clearly coming to the end of the first half of the year. It's almost time for the second half of the year. Are we likely to see that happen? If that does happen, as I said, it would be, to say the least, revolutionary. But I wanted to go over this again to give people a better idea of what Ripple has been doing. It's not just a business that says it will do something but doesn't. They've been building for years, even though the SEC case that's been going on for a long time was a huge problem. It's getting close to being completely settled now, but you can see them making big moves. We're not just talking about North America when we talk about these big organizations around the world. There are also some big stars in this. These are, rebel friends, which really shows that these guys aren't messing around. This also shows that all of these big groups and companies are the same. I'm sorry, but people all over the world are actually paying attention to this new digital object. And of course, understand how blockchain works.
That's something they can use to their advantage with the help of Ripple, the XRP ledger, and all the other goods and services that Ripple provides. This will also help the price of XRP. In terms of XRP's price, you may have noticed that over the last few weeks, some companies have started to join and raise money to build an XRP reserve within their business, and that can really help you see where things are going. Also, don't forget about the over 1,700 NDAs. We can't forget about them. I can't wait to find out what it is because the 1,700 plus NDAs aren't something that people are making up or guessing about. This is the truth. Core papers say that Ripple has signed more than 1,700 NDAs that we are not aware of. I believe that could really bring in more. We could get excited once we start to figure out what those are, but let's move on. This is a study from the Government Blockchain Association that talks about Ripple and XRP as a DLT company that can help FedNow look into the effects of cryptocurrencies on government adoption. You can see that this has been written down, and this is from the Government Blockchain Association. Believe it or not, these guys know what Ripple is building. A lot of people don't notice that, but the big players in smart money see what's going on right in front of us. In terms of the US debt, you can see what Chad means when he says that the debt reached $37 trillion. XRP system, we're coming for you. But let's see what's going on with the price between now and Friday morning. After that, we'll be done. In terms of market share, Bitcoin has become more popular in the past few hours. We were at about 64.8% at this point. It is now Friday morning, and it is sitting at about 64.94%. We've been going back and forth within this level since the beginning of the week for BTC, but it's still moving within this build-up pattern, as I've already told you. It is very important to get back more than 106,800. I know I say the same thing over and over, but that's where I turn. Know that you're positive, and start aiming for the $109,000 to $110,000 price range for Bitcoin. As for the extra piece, people are still worried about it. A lot like how the price of Bitcoin has been moving since the 17th. As for the extra piece, you can see that there is a pattern developing, but we need to take things one step at a time. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for everything you've done. When Coins Alert comes out, we'll see you again.